Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to some more worldwide content. I'm going to be going through and explaining the revamped select UR and LR premium dragonstones for you and helping you decide where you should spend these dragonstones. So if this video ends up being useful to you, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and while you're down there, let me know down in the comments who you decide to pick up with yours. One thing I want to mention first before we do carry on, if you're looking to pick up the 2-stone UR premium stone pack or even the LR pack, you are going to have to pick these up in steps. So if you want the 2 times UR premium stone pack, you are going to have to pick up the first one, which is 80 stones and 1 UR premium stone. If you want the LR stone pack, if you want to go all the way and get the big one, it's not going to be as easy and it is going to cost you a bit. You are going to then have to pick up the second one where you get 2 premium UR stones and 100 stones to then unlock the LR stone pack and then pick up the LR stone pack and get the 120 dragon stones. So I said, if you are looking to go all the way, you are going to have to spend a bit of money. But let me go through the options. I'm going to go through all 3. So we have the first one, which is the select dragonstone, which of course is the free-to-play godstone as it used to be called, but the free-to-play one that everyone gets. I've already used mine. One thing I will say for all 3 of these stones is pick up the unit that has most value to you, or pick up the unit that you don't have. Those are the 2 main pieces of advice, but for the video's sake, I'm going to give you your best possible options as if you didn't have this unit or didn't have any of them. So starting with the select dragonstone, I'm not going to lie to you, all of these units do have easy A's. Unfortunately, or the majority at least do have easy A's. Actually, I think all of them do. They are very outdated. Like, none of these units are very useful, none of these units are very valuable or viable in current content. So with them being older units, I can only assume a lot of you do have these units already. And if you're a new player, you're not really missing out on much, but I mean, you could get some decent value out of the SSJ3 Vegeta and Easy A him, who can still be very useful for the likes of Super Battle Road, ESBR, especially with his 10-turn damage reduction, or even kind of like that kind of sub-difficult content, like with how the missions are going to be for the new Divine Wrath Mortal Will event, you know, the kind of themed event we get for you know, every worldwide, maybe for something like that. But for the most part, I'm not gonna lie, personally for me, and I've already used it because I have pretty much all of these units and 95% of them rainbowed, potentially more. I would pick up the Kai option. I've already done it, which is why it's gone. But at the bottom under Kefla, there is a Kai option. I'm not gonna lie, if you have all of these units, or you have all of them rainbowed, or just have them in general, I'd probably go for the Kai option just because you can make more use of it. Like, you are gonna utilize that a lot more. You are gonna have more usage for it. Yes, it's only like 1 essay on a unit, but it's going to be far more valuable than picking up one of these, which you're never going to use. But if you are missing one of these, I'll probably just pick them up instead, just to fill your box out if you do care about collection purposes. So now, moving on to the UR Premium Dragonstone, if you do pick up one of these packs, of course, you're only going to have 1 shot at one of these units. You're only going to be able to pick up 1. There's some decent choices in there, like both the GT sidebanner units, they're in the general pool. They're actually some decent units, and if you do have the categories to run them, they're not bad pickups, but there definitely is better value here. If you still don't have Tech Ultimate Gohan, or you're a newer player, he's definitely a big pickup that you can get. This guy may potentially get an easy A in this celebration just because it's kind of tied to Trunks and time travel and the time machine and the future saga. Of course, right now it's mainly based around the Goku Black arc, but he could still potentially see an easy A. So one thing I will say, and this applies to other units, so I'm going to carry on before I circle back to him, is we know that this Super Trunks, or Dragon Ball Super Trunks that transforms, and this AGL Zamasu are both getting easy A's on the 1st of September, so literally in like 4 or 5 days. Of course, we don't know their details yet. Hopefully they're ridiculous. So if you don't have either of these, if you're missing one of these, or you're missing one or the other, like you have one and are missing the other, I would say pick up the first stone pack if you are only going to get 1. Use the 80 stones towards your summons tomorrow on LR Vegito, Blue, and Zamasu. Wait the few days for their easy A's to drop. If the easy A's are ridiculously good, pick up one of the units that you don't have with your 1 purple dragonstone. I would say that's the best bet you can do if you're only picking up the 1. In terms of the rest of the units here, Maybe if you see their EZA details and let's just say you have both of them, maybe you're not too fussed about dupes, or maybe you have them both rainbowed. Again, the same thing applies. Zamasu and Gawasu could also pick up EZAs as a sub EZA during the celebration. Again, you could wait for these guys to get an EZA, and if you don't have them, again, they're an old unit. There was a side banner unit, they're now in the general pool. You could wait to see what their EZA is saying if they do get an EZA in the celebration, and then pick up them if you don't have them. And again, the same thing can be applied to Goku Black as well. While we don't currently know what Part 2 is, there's still a high chance that this guy could pick up an EZA, especially if Part 2 does see a Carnival LR Rose. So you could, if you do have the other units I've already mentioned, if you do already have the Transforming Trunks and the AJL Zamasu, you could, if you don't have this guy or don't have dupes in him or don't have him rainbowed out, you could wait for all the way in Part 2, you could pick up that stone pack again, utilize the stones in your summons, wait all the way till Part 2, maybe even Part 3, see if this Transforming Goku Black gets an EZA. If he does, and if he's insane, pick him up with your TUR stone instead of the other two. And the same can be said for Int Future Gohan as well. He could potentially receive an EZA in a celebration, and if he does, use your purple stone on him if you've had the other 3 units I've already mentioned. But if you got some spare money, if you got some exposable income and you're going for the second stone pack, so you've picked up the first one, you've picked up the second one, you're gonna have 3 UR premium stones. And to be honest, the answer is the same. Again, if you don't have the units I've said, pick up Trunks, pick up Zamasu, pick up Goku Black once you find out if they're getting EZAs and you find out their details for the other 2. And then just swap out the unit for maybe Zamasu, Gawasu, maybe this future Gohan for the unit you already have. If you do have all of them already, pick up dupes and the ones you know that you want most or value most or need dupes in more. That's my best bet if you do decide to pick up the first stone pack and the second one. That's where you're going to use all 3 of your UR Premium Dragon Stones. So to end off, we do have the LR Premium Dragon Stone, and there's some very good options in here. But the same premise, I'm not going to lie, does apply. So if you have all the rest, I would say Future Gohan and Trunks is not a bad pickup. They're still quite solid. We're going to kind of move on past these because they're not very viable. They're not very good. Gum's literally got an EZA off the back of the 8th anniversary. So if you don't have him, decent pickup. Then you have God Goku, still very strong, still a very decent, viable option. For the likes of Red Zone, you know, does raise his attack and defense by 50%. For 3 turns on 18 key, and if you hit an additional, will get an extra 50% attack and defense for the turn. And of course, has the built-in crit for 7 turns. Can dodge as well. He's another decent option you could go for if you do need him. And then, just like the Transforming Trunks, the AJL Zamasu, and also the Transforming Goku Black, it is very likely that we could see an EZA for this LR Rose. So just like those units, if you are going to ball out and pick up all those stone packs and pick up the LR stone pack, do that. Use your stones on the LR Vegito Blue and LR's Merge Zamasu summons. Hold on to your LR Premium Stone. Wait to see if this guy gets an EZA in one of the later parts. And if he does and his EZA is sick, definitely pick him up if you don't have him. If you do already have him, or maybe you have him with dupes, maybe you have him rainbowed and you want a unit you don't have, Kale and Cleavefly, as we saw from the recent Kale celebration, even though I'm pretty sure not many people cared, considering they're waiting for Worldwide, LRK and Cleave are a decent option to pick up. They are very good, very solid. And then last but not least, we do also have Rose and Zamasu, who of course, their EZA is very strong, very good. They're getting probably a 200% lead from the celebration with LR Merge Zamasu. AGL Merge, or AGL Transforming Zamasu is getting an EZA. And then there's also the potential for Transforming Goku Black. There's also the potential for LR in Rose, as I already mentioned, to get an EZA. And if you don't have these guys, and you do have the others, they're a very good option to be fitting on their new 200% lead very, very soon. But as I said, the main thing you want to do, even if you are going to pick up one of these, is, as I said, probably pick up your LR Premium Stone Pack, use the stones on your summons, and hold on to it to find out if this guy is getting an EZA in the celebration before you decide to spend it. So that is my thoughts and opinions on the revamped Premium Stones. If this video was helpful, as I said, do let me know down in the comments who you decide to pick up. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Take care, and peace.